Hi everyone, this is Lady T from Soup to Nuts Uncensored, bringing you the latest in hip hop, R&B, and entertainment news. Excuse my voice, it's still not 100%. But I wanted to come on here and talk about the trial on Bill Cosby, and I want to revisit the trial and also talk about an article that I saw in CNN. And so the article says Bill Cosby, a big legacy forever tarnished. I do agree with the title, but I don't think I agree with the story. But I just want you to hear what they're saying. So, the guilty verdict against Bill Cosby represents a moment of vindication for a legal system that has often seemed to tip the scales in favor of celebrities, including a previous hung jury in this case, despite a mountain of testimonials against the star. Yet, the man known as America's Dad during the heyday of his sitcom had already become, for many, a pariah. And if the power of his fame and image surely played a role in previously escaping such a verdict, the damage to his image and legacy had been done. Cosby's celebrity had made the prospect of a conviction seem uncertain, even with the heightened awareness that has come from the Me Too hashtag Me Too movement. Celebrities have weathered such cases time and again. But the hallowed status that Cosby occupied as one of the world's most beloved entertainers, as icon who parlayed the university of his stand-up comedy into several successful TV series, none bigger than The Cosby Show in the 1980s, had been irrevocably tarnished. While some fans clung to the notion of his innocence, the weight of the allegations against him has been too much for many to ignore. The tension has been put out on public display, such as the discussion between Jerry Seinfeld and Stephen Colbert last September on the later CBS late night show. Colbert said he could no longer listen to Cosby's albums, which he once loved, after initially saying it was possible to separate the work from the person. Seinfeld reconsidered that position and concurred. As comedian Larry Wilmore noted last year, Cosby's legacy is forever going to be tarnished in a manner that will overshadow his career. Such cultural judgments are never perfectly applied in terms of dueling out indignation equally. But Cosby's association with family oriented material from his commercials to Fat Albert only magnifies the temptation to recoil from him now. Moreover, Cosby has used his stardom to convey a message of personal responsibility to young people, an outspokenness that many have seized on as a sign of his hypocrisy. Indeed, it was Hannibal Buress to raise the issue of Cosby's behavior towards women in 2014 comedy routine that revived allegations that had been long dormant, challenging Cosby's ability to serve as any kind of moral authority. A lot has happened since then, including the swirl of sexual misconduct attributed to famous and powerful men, triggered by the revelations regarding producer Harvey Weinstein that surfaced in October. Cosby, however, occupies a different tier from many of those accused. He was a trailblazer, the recipient of countless honors, and inducted into the TV Academy's Hall of Fame, and one of the most successful and, thanks to that, wealthiest performers that television has ever produced. And yet, as NPR's Scott Simon, who conducted a uncomfortable interview with Cosby in 2014, noted a few years ago the sexual assault charges will almost inevitably be the first line of his biography and obituary. And this was according to CNN. And of course, I have my thoughts on it. Um, can his legacy be tarnished? Is it tarnished? You be the judge of that. I don't know. I'm not going to pass judgment on any of this. It's not my place to do so. I just, want to bring you what is relevant in entertainment. And it is a very unfortunate situation. Having read that article and some of the words in there were just gut wrenching, to say the least, about someone, who again was America's dad, and to see all that he has built. Bill Cosby comes from Richard Allen Holmes. A lot of people don't know that. And I'm from Richard Allen Holmes in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in North Philadelphia. And to have come from out of that impoverished community, which is not now, they've built up a lot because it's close to Center City. And so there's a lot of construction going on to build and rebuild and to repopulate that particular neighborhood and to make it, because it's close to Center City, to kind of bring up the wealth in that particular area. So, but when he was there and when I was growing up there was a lot going on. And to pull yourself up and to become a college educated human being and then to be as successful as Bill Cosby had become, it is very unfortunate that these allegations and now, that he's going to court and that he's going to trial, these accusations will stick for the rest of his life. Now, he's 80 years old, and so we don't know how much time he has left because we're not God. But it's so unfortunate that, when these things happen, it affects everyone. And in his case, it has affected the African American community because, once again, here's another brother who pulled himself up and made something out of himself. And now for everything to tumble and crumble all around him and to bring his name down to nothing. And that just makes me wonder and make me think, how fair is our justice system? Well, I can tell you it's not fair, especially when it comes to people of color. There's no doubt about that. So my question to you was he tried truthfully, honestly, in a court of law? And they say your peers, quote unquote, your peers. Was it a lynching? I can't say that because it's so many women that have testified and have said that he drugged them and said that he had sexual relations with him that they did not want or were aware of. So is Bill Cosby a monster? I don't know that. Again, I cannot pass judgment. I will not pass judgment on anybody concerning the case. I'm just calling it the way I see it. And, I don't know. And will we ever really know? We only know what was shown to us in the media and what was shown to us during the court hearings. We can, of course, see people's testimony because now it's become public record. But I don't know about this one. I really don't know about this one. It's just awful to see time and time again, as I said, to see these kinds of things happen to our brothers of color, having been a woman of color coming from that same neighborhood. I hope things work out. I don't know if Bill Cosby's going to jail or not. I know he is appealing it. But there's so many things that we don't know behind the scenes, so many things. People can get paid off to do certain things. We don't know because we don't move in those circles. But again, unfortunate that Bill was found guilty. Unfortunate that, he's going to jail. And some would say he should go, and some would say he's guilty, and some would say, he got what he deserved. Of course, some would say that because it looks like that. It does. And I hope, that if that is the case, then, he's got to pay for it. There's a consequence to pay, and he's going to pay the consequence. But it is unfortunate to see this happen yet again. Michael Jackson, him, it's just unfortunate. All right, everyone, this is Lady T from Soup to Nuts Uncensored, bringing you the latest in hip hop, R&B, and entertainment news. As I often say, make your day great and live your life on purpose. Take care, everyone. I'll talk to you all soon.